Exhibit C. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Exhibit C, Corazon. So, there is a reason why Law has mad beef with Dofi, and it all started 16 years ago. Now, when Law first came to Doflamingo, he was very sick. He had white lead disease and his whole family is dead because the world government decided to murder everybody in that town because they all had that disease. So they Raccoon City'd that bitch. Now, Law didn't have that much time left to live, but Dofi kept him around and said, there's a chance that you might be able to live if you get this devil fruit called the Op fruit, because you'll be able to heal yourself. Also, the fruit's busted. So Law ended up sticking around with him, doing some piracy, robbing some banks, and of course, catching bodies. And Dofi's main objective was basically to groom Law to become his right-hand man. Now, here's where everything goes to shit. Corazon, aka Doflamingo's brother, Rosinante, basically told him, hey, little nigga, you got D in your name. And if Dofi figures out you got D in your name, he gonna kill your little ass. Because if you got the big D in your name, you are a mortal enemy of the celestial dragons. And also, Corazon is a narc.
Hey, I'm a rat. I ain't no snitch.
He is a undercover Marine trying to take down his evil brother. So you can kind of see what this is. These two are basically opposites and the what ifs of a tragic outcome. Doflamingo wants to burn the fucking world because fuck everybody. And Corazon wants to do good in the world and basically stop his brother because he's a crazy bastard. So Corazon ends up taking Law around for like 6 months, trying to find a cure for his disease and getting him away from Dofi. Now, while this was going on, Dofi called them and said, come back to the ship. We got a lead on the Op fruit and we can cure Law's disease. Now, with this in mind, Corazon decided, let's just go steal it so we can cure your disease and go into hiding. So Corazon gets the information from the Navy to where the fruit actually is. So later on, they end up getting to the island and Corazon ends up stealing the fruit, but at the expense of getting shot the fuck up. So after bro got shot up but somehow survived, he made Law eat the fruit. And after that, he told him, this is some important intel I need you to give to the Navy that's on this island right now. So while Law went to go search for a Marine to give the note to, he found one, but the wrong one. Because the Marine he gave it to was Virgo, Dofi's undercover agent in the Marines. So Law brought Virgo all the way back to Corazon, and Virgo was like, what the fuck? Corazon? Oh, you narc ass nigga. And Virgo ended up reading the intel and kicks his face in. And Virgo did not hold back. He beat the shit out of Corazon. And then after that, he beat Law's ass. So then after they get their ass beat, Dofi arrives on the island. And this man is dripped out of his mind and pissed because his own brother was a rat. And Doflamingo knew something was off too, because those 6 months that Corazon was gone, the Navy was off they ass. And every time Corazon was there, the Navy was there. So it was all over for his little bro. Dofi ends up setting up his bird cage over the island so nobody can leave. And he just went on a rampage until he found his brother, killing literally anybody and everybody that was in his way. So later on, when the family finally finds Corazon, they jumped the hell out of this man, beat the rat piss out of him, and played baseball with his body.
Home run!
And this was just horrible. This man Gladius went to his body and said, how dare you betray the family, you rat ass nigga! So after they jumped him, Doflamingo came up to him and said, Corazon, my baby brother, a fucking narc. Fuck you, nigga. Corazon, you know how hard it is to kill your own flesh and blood again. And my God, it pains me to do it. But do me a favor, baby brother, and say hello to Pops for me. This man, Doflamingo, dumped about 10 bullets in this nigga and murdered his own little brother in cold blood. The Dofi trial. Exhibit C wrap up. Piracy, grand larceny, murder, mass murder, fratricide. Exhibit D. Y'all ready, ladies and gentlemen? It is now time for Exhibit D, the usurpation of Dressrosa. Now, Doflamingo, as we know, is the king of Dressrosa. But how did he become king? Yeah, you might need to sit back for this one. So, 10 years before the present, Dressrosa was a very peaceful nation that knew no types of war and had an honest king named King Riku. Now, the people loved King Riku. They'd glaze this man to the end of the earth. But sadly, this would change in a single night. So, on that tragic night, Doflamingo flew to the king's private quarters. So he pulled up, woke this nigga up, and said, "Don't even try calling for help, or I will slit your fucking throat right now." So Dofi basically explained to the king that this land, matter of fact, this whole country belongs to me, and I finally come back to take back what's rightfully mine. So the thing is that the Donquixote family used to rule over Dressrosa about a good 800 years ago, till they abandoned it and became celestial dragons. And now Dofi is back to claim what's his. Now he gave the king an ultimatum. He basically told him, we can either A, I will take over this entire kingdom and kill everybody, or B, you can buy my kingdom for 10 billion berries. So what's it gonna be, old nigga? Genocide or run your pockets? So obviously the king had no choice. He had to run his pockets, but he ain't have enough money. So for the sake of the kingdom, he had to send out his soldiers and beg the people for money. And obviously the people are confused. They like, but King Riku, we just paid our taxes a month ago. Yeah, man, this is some bullshit. I can't even pay my child support. I just got pregnant the other day. How am I supposed to take care of my child? So King Riku had to get on the big screen, get on all fours, and said, please, we're broke. I know it's shit, y'all just paid taxes, but fuck, we need this goddamn money. So the people said, you know what? Something must be wrong. Our glorious king needs help. So every single citizen they had emptied every dime they had because they trusted their king, because he ain't ever done them wrong. So everything seems to be fine. They've paid off Doflamingo and they should be scot-free, right? Psych! In the distance, you see this man, King Riku, coming at them on a horse. So obviously the soldiers think, King Riku, we got the money. You didn't have to come all the way out here. But this man, King Riku, is crying and saying, run away. I beg your pardon? And the king starts slaying people and blowing shit up. And you already know what's going on. In the shadows, Doflamingo is controlling this man and making him kill his people. So Dofi didn't tell the king, but there was an option C, and that was to do both. Genocide and run your pockets. And the king wasn't the only one getting controlled. Dofi decided to control the soldiers as well and made them slaughter everybody. And they didn't spare nobody. Look at this. This is a mama and her son. And this nigga said, pay your taxes. Look at this poor couple. This brother just got done baking at the bakery with all this cake, just for this man King Riku to come and blow both their backs out. And this went on for the whole night. Now here's the part that's gonna make you sick. Doflamingo and his crew are just up here watching this. And when the time was right, he said, all right, boys, it's showtime. These niggas hop down and knock out these soldiers, getting everybody's attention. And Doflamingo says, greetings, everyone. My name is Donquixote Doflamingo, and I've come to save you.
Man, this is some bullshit. Move this man.
Now this is a straight Homelander ass move. Bro made the king and his guards kill their own people just to come in and save the day. And this was the tragic part. He controlled the king and said, come on over. Make sure you look good for the camera. So bro jumps down and smacks the shit out this nigga on live TV in front of everybody. And just off of that, this man just committed the greatest PR stunt of all time. Because the people are like, oh my God, he saved us. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. And they chanted this man's name throughout the night while hoisting the king's body in the air like a trophy. And that night, Doflamingo usurped the throne and became the king of Dressrosa. Now, after Doflamingo became king, he started to do some even more evil shit. For an example, using sugar to turn damn near half the population into toys and making their families forget about them forced these tontata low niggas to basically be slaves and work in his drug lab, had some of the old soldiers become gladiators, and forced them to basically kill each other. And apparently he did something with Viola. I don't even know if this is true, but a lot of people say it is. So I'm just leave this here.
Freaky ass nigga, he the 69 god. Freaky ass nigga, he the 69 god.
The Dofi trial. Exhibit D wrap up. Blackmail, genocide, usurpation, brainwashing, slavery.